that movie is so deep that they have generated a 3-part installation of the performance, which they debuted parts 1 and 2 over the past couple months, and they will debut the finale at the end of this month. So tonight, to get you all hyped about that, potentially interested in coming to see that finale, you're going to see parts 1 and 2 for the first time, back to back. It's going to be amazing and enjoyable for you, so we hope you enjoy The Parent Trap.
Once upon a time, an international couple on a charter ship ended their marriage just about as quickly as it began. But not before having a pair of twin daughters. They decided to each keep one twin and call it even. They both quickly chose a child and fled to opposite sides of the world to raise the children separately, to never see or hear from each other again.
But identical twins hold more power than anything in this world.
The mastermind!
With hypnotizing behavior!
And duplicated looks that can fool anyone.
Even their parents!
In 1998, The Parent Trap came out. But it was a remake of an old one that came out way before that did not have Lindsay Lohan in it.
But this one has Lindsay Lohan in it!
Right. Though separated at birth because their parents filed for divorce, a magical spell was cast on 2 twin girls.
And these mystical powers help them understand their sisterhood in
The Parent Trap, Part 1.
Fellowship of the Twins.
Okay, so the scene is set at Camp Walton, summer camp for girls where we meet our dual protagonists.
First up, Miss Hallie Parker.
Now, when I was 7 watching this movie, she was everything I wanted to be. She gets to camp and enters like a badass.
In her jean jacket and sunglasses looking Californian as hell.
Great! Found my bag. Now the question is, how do I get it out?
I'm
Whoa! Well, that's my kind of woman.
Next up, Annie James.
Now, she looks straight up like a British version of an American Girl doll.
It's rather picturesque, don't you think?
She gets to camp in a stretch limo with her butler, like a fucking snob.
But she's not.
Right, she's not. She's super cool, and so is her butler, Martin. And they have this awesome secret handshake that also becomes a crucial plot device.
And it goes exactly like this. See you night weeks, Mario pal.
I miss you already.
Shake, 2, 3, 4.
You, me.
Baseball handshake. Fishy, fishy.
Up and
Down the ladder. Hit, cue. Stop, switch, and shake. No one even bats an eye at the obviously identical twins.
because it's well masked by them having super different personalities.
And one of them's British.
Thanks to the goddess-like acting talents of Lindsay Lohan. Behold!
Behold!
It might also have to do with the fact that none of the camp counselors ever look up from what they're holding at the time.
All the campers are checked in, but I haven't seen a single one of them.
Then I'm pretty sure all the campers just like throw their bags in the cabins and run to the nearest camp activity.
Because all of a sudden they're like fencing.
And Hallie's kicking ass!
And Janice Marlowe's like, Hallie keeps winning, any other takers?
And then Annie walks up all casual and is like,
I'll take a whack at it. And then Janice Marlowe's like, looks like we got ourselves a challenger! The sword fight got more heated than a John Woo film. John Woo! John Woo! John Woo! Woo! John!
this is literally and legitly such an award-winning film, right from the get-go.
And then Annie stabs him! She falls into the horse trough.
No, not the horse trough!
Of course, proper Annie feels bad. Oh my God, let me help you!
But bitch Hallie's like, no, let me help you! Grabs her hand and pulls her to the horse trough with her. It reminded me of the battle with Bunker Hill.
But worse!
The battle cries,
Bloodshed!
slain bodies! So the epic battle is completed and the girls remove their helmets to begrudgingly shake hands.
Imagine wearing a mask your entire life
And then finally taking it off.
realizing you are not alone.
There is more than one of you! And then Janice Marlowe's like, girls, Hallie, Annie, whoa.
Everybody was freaking out. 2 identical redheads cannot be trusted.
Isolation cabin, now!
The devils were marched by chanting comments Left to their own devices with no adult supervision, only one red-headed sorceress can remain alive!
Suddenly, the wind blew.
Whoosh!
Oh no, my picture's of Leo DiCaprio.
They had to work together to get the window shut. And then suddenly they're like best friends. So then they start eating Oreos and peanut butter.
Because they both like it. Because they're twins.
But they don't know it yet.
But they keep talking and they find out more similarities between each other.
But Hallie is for sure still totally in denial. Or just too California to care. Right. Plus, finding out your mortal enemy is actually your family would be the craziest.
I know exactly what you mean. One time, I was locked in my room with a bird. And it wasn't until that exact moment that I realized that my family had a pet bird.
But Annie is British, like Sherlock, so she starts to figure it out.
Your birthday's October 11th. So is mine.
Tons of people were born that day.
And we're both the same age.
This camp is crawling with 11-year-olds.
We both have red hair and freckles.
That's pretty racist. So does less than 2% of this world's population.
I met my dad.
Oh, good for you. I've never met my mom.
I only have this one picture of my dad.
Brag about it. I have this one picture of my mom.
And it's rich.
So is mine.
Right down the middle. So if my mom is your mom and my dad is your dad, and we were both born on October 11th, then we're almost like sisters. Sisters? Hallie, we're like
Twins!
their time in twin captivity helped them realize they have one common goal: to take over the world.
Or at least get their parents back together. Which they never actually say as a part of the plan. I know, but like watching the movie, you're like, oh, duh, of course it's him.
So they come up with this foolproof plan to go back to the other's home and meet their opposite parent.
Then, eventually, their parents will have to realize, hey, you're not the one with 2 twin daughters I quickly chose to raise after that divorce.
And then they'll have to bring them back together.
So you're gonna ask Dad how they met.
And you're gonna find out why they broke up.
Right. As if they could only possibly ask one question each.
And then another award-winning montage takes place where they both learn to become each other.
Now, this is exactly what happens in the movie Face Off,
John Woo!
where Nicolas Cage becomes John Travolta, but Lindsay Lohan does it so much better. And there's more at stake.
Love!
Family!
Sisterhood! Hallie had to get comfortable dressing like a secretary
Or a British version of an American Girl doll.
and learn how to speak proper English.
Oh, this place is pretty cool. Oh, well, this is nice.
It's rather picturesque, don't you think?
And
And of course, learn the awesome secret handshake that will also become a crucial plot device.
And it goes exactly like this.
Right, just like I taught you. Come on, girls, I can do this.
Shake, 2, 3, 4, you and me.
Baseball handshake. Fishy, fishy.
Up and
Down the ladder. Hip, hip, cute.
switch and shake. Then Annie had to get her hair chopped off with a sharp blade.
Because hair doesn't grow a foot in 8 weeks.
Then she had to learn how to talk like a California badass.
She was a lovely girl. She was a nice lady.
Now that's my kind of woman! The final step of the transformation was piercing Annie's ears.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You must have the wrong number. I will not go through with this.
Shut up, pussy. So then camp is over and the girls have to say bye to each other, so they head off. Hallie to London.
And Annie to California.
Adventure was in their hearts.
And the yearning for more would only go stronger and stronger.
They embark on their respective journeys to find out the truths of one another.
And get back at their parents for abandoning them at bed.
And living on